Hey, I've got just a couple minutes before my workout starts, and so I wanted to take a minute to talk about this conversation that I had with a friend the other day. She was in she's feeling very down, and she was talking about how life feels like everything's a race. There's a race to be, to get the best grades, to have the best kids, to like everything that we are striving for and trying to achieve feels like a race. Like we're always in this mode of comparison. And I think each of us probably deal with that on different degrees, different levels. But what it made me think of as she was talking about that is how true that is, that really is the case often. But what is it that we're racing toward? What is it that having the best kids or the best job or the best grades or the coolest vacation or the best clothes or whatever it is, what is it that we think that we'll get at the end of the race? And I think what we all sort of in the back of our minds want is happiness, right? And I'm going to put happiness in finger quotes. And the thing is that the race, the striving, the competing, that will never lead to happiness. You will never have perfect kids. There will always be somebody who's doing it better or has more. And so when we buy into that mentality, which I have to say is our brain, like that is how our brains are wired, because in early human existence, our survival depended on us fitting in, right? It depended on us being like accepted by our tribe and by the community. But we've evolved and that part of our brain has not. And so it makes sense that we think that way, but it doesn't serve us anymore. And so I would challenge you today to think about what is it you want, like when you put effort into something, what is the result you want to see? And if it's your ego and you want to just be able to say, I'm better than that guy, then you're on the right track. But if you want to have like something inside that it's either peace or fulfillment or meaning or whatever, then we have to reevaluate and re-look at what's our goal, what's our focus, what are we striving for? I often think about this with education, because we put our kids in kindergarten and we're like college ready, like we're so focused on getting them into college, which is valid. Yes, we want our kids to be educated. We want them to be able to be competitive in the global market. But what we want more, I would guess, is for our kids to live happy, fulfilled lives. And I feel like that gets pushed aside in all contexts of society, for the most part, where we're just focused on like the comparison game, doing what we think we're supposed to do instead of what actually fulfills us. So if you're watching this when I've recently posted it on January 30th, and if you're local, I'm teaching a workshop that night on happiness and New Year's resolutions and how to look at those things differently and sort of reevaluate what that means and why we want what we want, not just this mentality of like more goals, more things to strive for. I think getting really connected to why we want it is the key. And I'm going to offer you some different perspectives to see those things, which I feel like makes it easier to find happiness and to keep your New Year's resolutions, whatever they may be. So anyway, I'm going to leave that with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time.